A few days ago, we posted a video about a alleged cheating team in Pro CS named Senza/Rosie. Today, they are playing again. We are gonna watch them take on Colesia in the CCT Season 3 Europe Series 4 closed qualifier. Winner qualifies for CCT Season 3 Europe Series 4. The interesting part about Rosie is that so far in every game they have played, they have reverse swept Amcal, Ens, Eklot, and Sinners after losing map 1. People are saying it's to enhance the stats and the odds so that they can match fix for a betting scandal. A little bit of a turn of events. We will have the chance to speak to the guy that was casting the majority of the Senza games and kind of prod him a little bit. You gotta keep in mind, he is employed by CCT. There is limits to what he can and can't say. And we will respect that, okay?
Like, we'll get that fixed.
Okay.
You know, Senza is on the CT side, Khaleesi is on the T side, and this...
A little bit of smoke spamming here coming out first.
Important.
HFA finds a couple. Draw Ranger Spint.
Very close to Inhuman.
Wait, Spint is playing for who?
Into the corner.
They changed the roster.
Flash a little too late, but saves his life.
Oh, he's in. No, Biek is here. He's in for Bogemt.
It is Spint all by himself.
I would say Bogemt was arguably their mechanically best player, I think. Okay, chat, I'm getting the caster into the call. Hello? Oh, hey, can you hear me well?
I think so, I hear you quite well. Hey chat. See you guys are going nuclear.
Yeah, so both when we were watching this, when we were watching Dynamo Eklot and we were watching Sinners play against these guys, you were a crowd favorite, to put it lightly. I think the chat could feel your frustration with some of the plays and some of the varying levels throughout the rounds. When we saw that you weren't casting this game, we were all collectively very sad.
I can respect that. I can understand that.
No, I was obviously never gonna really watch this. I haven't paid attention much to Tier 2, but I had some people tell me that these were some interesting games that I should tune into. And it's been quite a ride so far. It's Counter-Strike unlike I've ever seen it before.
It's, for me, what really surprises me is I have a bit of a, let's say, I do know some of the people that are now at Tier 1, Tier 2. A lot of my colleagues used to compete for a long time. And honestly, there's a few names that everybody remembers from their professional years or semi-professional years. And I'll say certainly some come up, you know, in that kind of regard.
Yeah, I've seen some both opinions on Twitter and some cries for help, I was about to say. So what do you make of this game? If you had to give a prediction of what you think is going to happen in it, do you think it's a 2-0? Do you think it's a 2-1?
I mean, the producer, our colleague, he always does daily predictions for his games. Shout out to Zarno. And today he announced Betera, Sinners, Monty, and Colesia to win. So I think he's on point so far. I'm thinking that should be the right answer, but with Senza, I honestly can't say, because the way they played against both Sinners and Dynamo Eklot showcase like they've been playing for years, really. That they've had at least, I would say, minimum of 2 to 3 years Tier 2 experience, where they've consistently played in tournament state-like setups, shall I say. Yeah. They play with a degree of confidence in their individual ability that I haven't seen out of a lot of teams. Do you want to buy a... You can do it on CS Money. On CS Money, you get the fastest trades on the market, low prices recently made even lower, and a wide selection of over 100,000 skins. You can buy and sell with PayPal, crypto, or trade your old skins for new ones. CS Money also has a market section with peer-to-peer trading, as well as an instant cash-out feature. Check them out with the link in the description. You know, a few years ago, we had a cheating scandal. I'm Norwegian. I don't know if you remember this, but there was a cheating scandal with a Norwegian team named Enteleki. And they were among the first pro teams to use like a DMA cheat. And one of the cheats they had was sound ESP. So if they pulled a cursor over somewhere on a wall and you were behind it, it would give you a beep. So they always knew where people were coming ahead of time. But there was nothing on their monitors, so like X-ray anti-cheat wouldn't catch it.
That's one of the only things you can't actually catch at all unless you have direct access to his machine, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's something that it's been talked about for a long time, how in the pro scene apparently that's that used to be the big thing to use everywhere, where most of the top teams were accused in one way or another of having that.
Yeah.
I mean, not officially, obviously, by any means. Whatever I say, don't take this as the word of gospel, but whatever the community talks, I'll say. That was the sentiment of the community.
Not your opinions either.
yeah.
Just general speculation of the community.
Yeah, and what you just described, the sound cue, it wouldn't only go with the crosshair, but it would also sound cue, when an enemy would be in a certain distance to you, the sound cue would basically sound off in the direction that he would be coming from, and how far away, because you've set the distance yourself, you would know exactly where he would be coming from, right?
Yeah.
So it would be insanely OP as well, basically.
So far this game, though, it's 5-1, I believe, to Coliseum. 6-1.
Yeah.
I just saw Drow Ranger get walked on B site. Drow Ranger, not exactly someone we've seen caught off a lot, caught off guard a lot in this series. He kind of seems to know where to expect enemies and ready for most things. But when you were watching the Sinners game,
Yeah.
I feel like everyone on Sensa were really not dialed in on map 1. And then on map 2, 3, they really started performing. And this seems to be a trend with them.
Well, there's the obvious explanation that I would usually go for. It's first round or first map, you take a moment to wake up. First game you get off, you're not really doing too well. You wake up in the 15 minutes break, and then you just steamroll the second. We've seen this in pro matches a lot of times.
I'm saying it to see count, Chad. They're match fixing.
Unknown teams, especially. I always, think about it a little bit more. How do you call it? With a bit more doubt in it, right? So it's weird. It's definitely an awkward one because the running theme has been lose map 1, win the next 2, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No. In betting and in esports in general, a reverse sweep is a rare thing. So having 4 reverse sweeps in their last 5 games, I understand people being very suspicious of the fact. By the way, do you know what caused the lineup change here? Bogemt is out for Spint. Do you have any info or insight on that?
Well, if you look at their lineup as well, it's quite a little bit different than what it was, what is supposedly the lineup on HLTV. And neither did I get a lot of info for, what's happening. I don't think we have any info, really. They just reported this lineup as the tournament lineup.
Yeah.
So I genuinely don't know, because that's how little access I have to the information about the team itself. That tells you a lot, given, that I have direct access to the actual background production.
Yeah.
It's the same with pictures. I will say this: the rule that will be enforced, I believe, with the new tournaments to start at the at the end of summer, that everybody will have to have a picture as well. So
Okay, that's good.
Degree, I hope.
That's good.
That will be sorted.
I think a lot of teams would protest playing another tournament like this if teams are allowed in without pictures and possibly without web camera production in between, in behind. I know Sensa on Twitter made a comment that they are under heavy scrutiny and that they are being monitored and suspected of foul play, so that they are now monitored. But I saw also from the reactions out of Sinners and Dynamo that they don't seem to believe that it's the case at all.
That's actually the case. I asked the relevant authorities on this, and they said that webcams are enforced. Admins are actively looking at them. So that's the info I have. I personally have not seen that, but I believe what I've been told by the person that's behind the organization. Yeah.
That's good to know, at least that it is being taken seriously, because I think a big problem is obviously with stuff like this, there's always this tiptoeing the line of what can you say to give people a heads up of what happens, and how much feedback do you give to the teams so that they don't keep on seeding doubt about what's going on, what's legitimate, what's not, right? So, but I do think that like CCT definitely could have like confirmed Sensa saying that like, yeah, no, they are under heavy. Oh, Sobol walked out on.
That's
on
crazy
what's up
timing,
here.
by the way. I love this.
That's an
Sobol was
unbelievable
actually
timing.
amongst my favorite Polish players in
Oh.
recent years. Same with Innocent.
That is a very Drow Ranger-esque play here. He hits on, and that's going to be a B call for sure.
I mean,
Getting
it
in
has to be,
behind.
but here's the second player out of con, so he's got limited time.
Very well played, Sobol.
Oh,
Wow.
I love that.
The back of Sansa is broken economy-wise here as well. They're just going to be able to save only one rifle potentially. Wow.
And I want to put it into perspective how different the levels between these two teams are.
Yeah.
Even if Kolesia aren't really established as a name just yet, you know, the player is obviously recognizable by themselves.
No, I saw Innocent, I saw Flay. I'm not super into tier 2, so I don't know more of them. But I did do a little bit of checking before I went live today, so I know these are like all established pro players.
Like, if you just take a look at the amount of time these guys have been playing Counter-Strike, it tells you enough that, you know, they have the experience. And that's one of the redeeming factors of Senza, actually, I have to say. There's quite a few players that are very old.
Yeah.
Like, Inhuman is like, what, 30-something, 32, like me. I think Spira 27, Boge is 27. Like, when it comes to age, they could have been playing for the last 20 years, if not more, with 1.6.
Yeah.
So it's not impossible that they have the skill, the knowledge. It's just been taking them this long to get here.
Yeah. I think one thing I saw is like people were speaking about the elo gained, I believe, on Boga, being like an older guy. And me myself, I'm no fucking young gun. I kind of started streaming and playing really late, and I hit my peak much later than most people would like think is natural. So I know it's possible. It's just, I think personally, I think a lot of people that drop their form, it's not because of the age itself, but it's because of the changing life kind of like the life situation. Like maybe you have a kid, maybe you get a wife, maybe your time would be spent differently, and it causes you to drop this like single-minded focus of I want to be the best, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And without that single-minded focus, you can't be the best. It depends on the life situation of many people, I think. I think we haven't really explored what it means to be like an esports GOAT with longevity yet. I think people like Faker is probably going to push that boundary in League. In CS, I don't know who's going to be the one to push the boundary, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Saivu and Donk be dominant for 5, 6, 7 years to come.
I'd love to see that, honestly, because longevity has been a question that's been around since forever. Even when I was started really with esports in general, we'd already talk how, you know, at 20, 22, 21, you're kind of starting to be out of the pool for becoming a professional player.
Yeah.
So at 30, you're definitely asking yourself, you know, if there's more to just playing the video game and hoping to get somewhere.
Do you remember back in, say, like 2017, 2018, I believe it was, when Oscar came in as the AWPer for Mouse? And people were kind of talking about, like, why is Grandpa AWPing? You know what I mean? And then he came in and he was, like, one of the most dominant AWPers in that era of Counter-Strike.
I mean, it's about routine, it's about the team, and it's about how you approach the actual game itself. Like up until what, January? When did he leave Sinners? Somewhere around January, I think. This year, he was performing beyond what you could believe possible. Like at 34 years old, he was posting regular, you know, positive numbers against solid teams from Navi Junior to, you know, Spirit Academy at the time, perhaps not as strong. Ecstatic, especially. We're looking at Paravision. Quite a few teams that have been around the block for a while. And yeah, Oscar, like I said, age doesn't matter. Like, you can perform better than most.
Bro, once again, we see these rounds here where Draw Ranger finally wakes up. They're down 10-2 now, so it's now or never. But he walks out alone in yard and takes out 2. I feel like with Sensa, we see so many more of these solo plays of one player wandering into Narnia and just coming up with a treasure. than I'm used to seeing from any other team. What do you make of this? Is it just a difference in playstyle? You think they're catching pro teams off guard? I think they for sure caught Dynamo Eklot more off guard with this stuff than they did Sinners, for example.
Oh, this clutch is insane. Hold up. If Glocko wins this...
He does have a
yeah,
kit.
I got lost in the sauce here looking at this 1v1. It's going to be very hard for the man.
Yeah.
But...
This should be Orshiro. Oh, yeah, there we go.
No, he's going to knife him, yeah. Honestly, what's really the difference... I think the experience difference is because the pro team expects something of a default.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Senza completely have different timings, different plays. They just don't... They have nothing of a semblance of a real team compared to what you'd usually expect to see. So you just don't really know how to react. And I think we saw that in Sinners especially. It took them a few rounds to wake up, because I think even Beastic might have been confused. And I'd love to get his thoughts on this. But he was confused as to what was happening. I think that's what's catching them off guard. And now, what they think of them in the interim, I don't know. But in just the raw sense of the game itself, as you said yourself at Dynamo Eklot, it was even more prevalent, I will say.
Yeah, I think Dynamo Eklot just kind of pulled it back with individual ability. Like Shock was playing out of his mind. On Inferno, Dutor was really stepping up. But they kind of seem to be caught off guard more by these like solo plays, and I was watching in frustration. I know you were as well.
Yeah, I can't say I wasn't.
Yeah, and it's I've watched a lot of Counter-Strike in my years, and it is like nothing I've never seen. It does remind me much more of a Face-It pug, but it's so extreme. It's you'd never see a execute out of Senza, which I find really fascinating. You never see like something super basic, like a Mirage A-Rush execute, smoke stairs, smoke jungle, smoke CT, flashes in, go, right? You don't even see that. It is almost exclusively Drow or What's Up or someone else walks in, finds a timing that blows the round open, or they lose the round, I feel like. It's not something I see every day, at least.
No, I feel you. I definitely feel you in that sense, because usually in any sense of a pro match, you'll always see some sort of defaults being run. That means smokes from the get-go. You know, if we take into account, let's say, you mentioned Mirage, A executions, etc., whatever. But with Sensei, what I noticed perhaps even, which was perhaps a bit more odd, is their utility was quite poor. Like the way they handled their utility, just a lot for me. What I see most
very low utility score on Litify chat.
The way they handle themselves, moving around corners with utility, throwing, and then obviously engaging and everything. So just watching them play the game itself shows me how good of a player you actually are. And there's obviously varying degrees to it, and you can't really say, oh, this is the next donk, or you know, this is donk exactly. But there are, you know, players that don't have that feeling of knowing how to exactly throw utility perfectly, and you see that in Senza. There were moments, I think I even mentioned it on stream at the time, where that would be the case with Molotov, smokes, flashbangs, etc. So I don't know.
No, I'm
for
sure agree. Looks like map 1 here is coming to a close. Easy pickings for Colesia, taking map 1 in very dominant fashion.
I'm super excited to see Polish teams back again. I don't know.
You know,
yeah,
I've been speaking about this for a while. I really miss country-based teams.
Yes and no, I guess, yeah.
I think the general level has gone up, but I think there was something so hype about having a Danish team and a Swedish team and a Brazilian team and an American team in an event like that.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
It had so much charm.
It added also a degree of extra competitiveness. I think especially when you had multiple Danish, Swedish, you know, even Swedish and Danish or Norwegian teams, whatever, you know, bar for what Apex was for a while.
Yeah.
But the problem with all national teams is what the problem always has been. Eventually, either you're going to reach a very much ceiling kind of scenario and you can't go from there onward. Look at Big right now. It's just a question of when and not if. You have to do something, because the team is basically gonna go downhill real fast after this season otherwise. And, you know, look at Sinners. They've adapted. They've, for the first time since I remember, they've opened it up to a full-on international roster. I think that's lovely. I'm really happy for them. Same for Dynamo Eklot.
Yeah.
I think bringing new blood, new experiences into the team is exactly what will give you a chance to, you know, keep on moving.
Yeah.
To keep on playing.
For sure. Oh, Spint walking out there. Spint's already had a lot of impact this round. He's found the head of Innocent, but he also tagged Cloku on the way across
that's
the
a
B.
nice check, how he looked at him
Oh.
when he ran out.
Oh, wow.
Very expected.
What a round out of Glove. Is it Gloku or is it Kloku? You know?
I think it's Kloku. I would say that in Polish.
2-0. Sensa need to turn it on here. We do have a classic Sensa purchase here, though, with a scout, 4 AKs, and then they have a single smoke. Not a lot to work with, but they have usually not needed that.
Yeah, luckily, it's dust, right? You don't need a lot of utility. One smoke, one molly, and you can take a site, sure.
Drow
That
Ranger
feels like
lurking on A as well. Yeah, no, you can absolutely get away with it, but they are for sure hitting the right place here, though. Bit under-defended this A site, currently.
He's going to be punished. Innocent, I think he was spotted. In the meantime,
this duel is like basically the round itself.
Yeah.
If Drow Ranger dies, they can retake. If not, they lose the round. Or rather, perhaps even go save.
Yeah, Drow Ranger just has to survive. That's the only thing he needs to do here. And he wins it by default. Oh, that opens it.
Here we go.
Bint hits the head. It's a save. If he doesn't, then... Yeah. Bint falls. Ooh, that's a bad miss out of Hafa. So, if I can ask, I saw a question earlier, but I didn't ask when I saw it. How is like the industry for you as like a caster? Are you living off of this full time? Do you have to supplement it in some way, or like take me through like your life a little bit? I'm just general curiosity. Like how is Counter-Strike as a job for you?
Sure, I'm happy to talk about it. You know, it's been a while since I started. I would say that much. My first real interaction with esports in any sort of capacity that I could actually be a part of it was back in 2012. Honestly, it's a great gig. I love it. I'd never switch it for anything in my life. I say it to everybody who asks me, you know, what I do. I tell them what I do, and I don't want to say more unless they ask. And if they ask, I say I'm happy at my job. When I wake up, I go to work happy. Like, I generally can't wait to cast.
That's the best thing.
You know, my girl is always so mad every time she wakes up, and I'm like, hey, you know, let's go for coffee. I got work in like 30 minutes. I love it. You know, that kind of thing.
I'm with you. I get to wake up and talk to 1,000 idiots every day. So.
But yeah, isn't that beautiful? You know,
it's a beautiful thing.
It's such a rarity, I think, these days that people get to enjoy what they do. So, you know,
Gloku with an ace clutch. Wow. Yeah, go on.
I'm happy at least some of us get the chance to experience it, and I want to showcase that it's not as harsh as it may seem, but you do have to put the work in it. You know, it's never going to be a guarantee.
Hey, while we've been talking, Sensa seem to have found their stride.
Yeah, I was about to say we should focus on the game now. It's becoming a bit more clear that things are turning the other way. And Kloku, by the way, great clutch. I saw that. I was just in the middle of a talk. I felt like I had to finish the thought off.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think chat is enjoying the app session here. We have Drow Ranger walking up B slope.
That's crazy.
And he gets caught out doing it.
See, what really bothers me here is any good team that would have a player that far out towards B would have already pushed with everybody else as well. They would have had another in CT, another already under window pushing through the smoke.
Control over tunnels.
You would have commitment to it, because if you get that far out, you know you're going to take a fight any second. So the more people, the more bodies you put on that angle, the better it is going to be. It's just so weird to me that they're still waiting. Like,
yeah.
That's what really bothers me in some of these moments. Like, what are you waiting for? It's dust, brother. You're expected anywhere you go.
Yeah. It is it's something we saw on I forget if it was the Sinners or Dynamo Eklot game. You can probably refresh me on that. There was this moment where there's a 2v2, and I believe Biak has taken A site, and we have a CT rotating in through Temple.
And he smokes off CT, and then he walks through the smoke, and he goes to B, meets up with the bomb who was in T spawn, and they end up planting and gets a 2v2, and they find 2 timings. It's exactly right here.
Beastic finds one, and the bomb is in T spawn.
WhatsApp is on A side. Does he walk the smoke?
And WhatsApp just
This
walks
is a
through the
crazy
smoke.
round to me as
Oh
well,
my
by the way, because
God.
with the bomb and T spawn,
Walks up, walks through CT.
it's like, how are you pushing towards that far? You know, it's just the way they play is definitely awkward.
Absurd.
That's all I'll say.
They also never cleared long on B site. That was one of the things I was like so put off by. And they're planting openly for long. But hey, that game is in the past. We have a new one to focus on.
Feels like an anti-strat.
And this CT side is going to be fun. I hope to see some good shit.
Very close to T spawn.
Absolutely. Draw Ranger didn't find too much success with his play, but Biak has dialed it up here on the T side and does too.
One thing that really gets me is that without pictures, we can't distinguish the players on the minimap.
Yes, it has bothered me. I wish production would put numbers or something on them.
I will just say this. We are getting an update to the HUD. It's already in the works. It should be done by the start of the next tourney, if not by the start of these playoffs. I'm not going to say exactly because I don't have, direct access to exact info, but... there should be a change to that, like I said, so hopefully sooner rather than later.
Been very confident to sit on these angles. Stand for 3v3 though. But that's good, that's good. It has been frustrating to try to figure out who is walking on the radar at times.
I mean, X-ray helps, so there's that.
X-ray helps, and usually it's Draw Rangers. That has also helped.
Oh, bro. Oh, don't fight Sobol. You don't need to fight. I mean, I know he's low, but this is a free round if you just don't die. Yeah, I will say this, by the way. Nobody's infallible, and especially, especially not like it's something special about them, but, no team is perfect, and there will be mistakes made. And I'll say this, both Dynamo and Sinners had made a few mistakes that any team will be able to abuse. So there's also that people should keep in mind.
Absolutely. I think personally, and I've said this a lot when I've been watching pro play, if you've watched pro play for long and you've seen like different eras of gaming, and you've seen Navi when they let every round go down to 20 seconds before executing on a site, and you've been through these different like eras, one thing that I miss, which isn't a shock to anyone watching me, is that I miss sometimes to just have the balls to just make a contact play instead of executing. And so, ironically, some of the stuff oh my god, Biak, that is an absolutely unbelievable shot.
Bro, that was, what a timing on the flash. Sick, and a second one as well. That is mad. But
unbelievable. But yeah, so ironically, some of the tactical stuff I see out of Sensa, I like. Oh, and we have a flank as well out of Biak here. Those mid and pixels.
I think generally, like, they are innocent until proven otherwise, and there should be no other discussion about that, honestly. Like, yes, we can talk about everything, but until, the relevant authorities do something about it, they are legit playing well.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, no. If you ask me if I think there's something fishy going on, I would probably like lean towards saying yes. If you ask me to wager my belongings on them being fishy, I would be unwilling to comment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is just the simple weight of the burden of evidence. Oh, very good B hold. I'm not very fond of Dust 2 in pro play. I feel like it is
it's stale.
It's stale. If you talk about chess, people talk about chess and say that like the first whatever moves of chess or a chess opening is like figured out. You know the optimal play for both black and white. And I think Dust 2 and Mirage is the closest we get to maps being figured out fully. If we're talking pro play, Dust 2 is really about having someone lurk long or take long early on T side, and then the Ts will move to short, to take short, to go A, or to go mid, to go B. You don't really have full A rushes, you don't really have full B rushes. It is usually a variation of these things, right? So
it's even worse than Mirage, I would say.
Yeah, I think the tactical depth of Dust 2, what's viable and what isn't, is probably the worst in the pool, which is why I always want it out of the pool.
But
I was genuinely hoping to see cash returned and maybe, you know, ancient or dust removed. Because personally, I've never been a big fan of dust, and ancient just rubs me the wrong way. I don't like the map. It should have been Aztec. It's not, so that I come from an old
Chat, he's
version of
so
Counter-Strike where I'd love
based!
to have at least some of the
He's so based!
the old maps back in some degree.
No, I'm with you 100%. Dust 2 and Ancient are the two maps I've been calling for removal of myself. I would love for them to take out Mirage, but I don't think you would ever take out the map that is the most played.
Yeah, Mirage is basically the longest standing map in any sort of map pool they've had. Inferno, I think, would have held that record for longer with 1.6, but it was removed for like, what, 2 years between 18 and 19, I think, give or take. I'm not sure about the whole stats, so somebody please confirm that, but Dust would have also kept that record if not been removed and remade. Nice counter, by the way, Kolesi.
Yeah.
I think they might make a full comeback here, by the way.
Very strong there. Biak on an early flank here. Biak really delivering the goods at 21 and 8. If he finds the early flank, but they are privy to it, so they actually do take him out fairly easily. We don't have a lot of funds left. If Kolesi string together 2 rounds here, they're gonna get the 10-10. Senza are never afraid of forcing it out with shoddy weapons and little to no utility. It's hard to say. Very hard to predict what Senza does in a round.
What really surprises me is the double op setup with so little presence towards middle. That is such a risky play to only have 2 players on short, and that was a late double op check into lower. So if Kolesi had any sort of presence there at the moment, they would have possibly gotten both spinned. Also dropped down into CT right after getting the shot into lower. I would expect him to stay on short, maybe just watching that corner. But
there are some... Oh.
Wait. Look at the player in upper halls B. He's looking to push the tunnels.
Oh, Spint does find the kill onto Innocent there. Innocent is kicking himself now, I think. He thinks better of it, though. No push from Biak at all. Which is the right call to do when you're in a 4 versus 2 all of a sudden.
Yeah.
They do have a round here they just can choke out if they stay composed. Is Spint opping over Biak now? Because Biak was the opper, but he hasn't looked comfortable on the op.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't take this as anything, because when I first casted Senza, it was Boge MT that was casting. I think it was Boge MT. And then
that was opping, yeah.
Bayek was opping, and then they switched for the second match that I did, where Bayek was then opping mainly, and then I think Wassup took an op a little bit. So they just seem to be switching up as they go.
In the next stage here, will there be like requirement for pictures? Will there be a roster lock?
Yes,
stuff like this.
Like I said before, we actually were informed because the casters that are covering the tournament to a big degree, everybody almost. We expressed that we would love to have pictures. It will make our life a lot easier. So, in general, it should be available, and cameras will be also shown, I think, in playoffs, if not already in group stage. That I do not know, so don't hold me for my tongue there, but definitely playoffs, 100% in playoffs, there will be cameras for every player.
We just had another round here where the execute out of Kolesi is slow enough to where Drow and one more player does make the flank to take the final kills here in the end. So we are kind of seeing more the Senza of old here, like how they played on Ancient versus Sinners, where they are comfortable leaving the sites behind to just close the net on the enemy team. So it looks like we're going to map 3. Well, what's your thoughts for Mirage?
Honestly, it's going to be a bloodbath. I think Kolesi are in trouble. If they don't have individuals that carry them, they might just lose here, and quickly at that.
Okay.
Because it's a pug map. Like you were talking about maps earlier, Train, Cash, Anubis, even Aztec, for example. Difficult tactical maps, Nuke, as well.
Yeah.
Inferno, likewise. Whilst Mirage and Dust are the 2 most figured out maps, even Dust more so than Mirage, but even on Mirage, it's hard to be surprised by anything at this point. It's only a matter of, okay, what's the game plan to begin with for every side? let's say CTs, okay, we have a default MA that we play retake with, so one anchor, and everybody else is focusing mid, under, up, you know, top, mid, whatever, to take information plays. And that's it, and then you just switch it out between that, and that's pretty much all of Mirage. And as long as you do that successfully without sacrificing too many players, usually you'll have an upper hand.
Yeah.
And for Kolezia, that also means they'll have to start winning duels. Eventually, they'll have to win some duels. You know, that's Counter-Strike at the end. If you don't win them, you lose.
And if it's one thing Sansa has been good at so far, it's the info plays here. Perfect example as Inhuman takes out Innocent from behind a little bit earlier than Innocent's internal clock is telling him he's in danger.
Inhuman had a reaction. I love that one. I really love that one.
You got a lot of good one out of my chatters every time you said it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
look at Dusk clutch it out though.
Oh, I love it.
A couple more rounds in this game at least. I had someone in chat here just mention that he believes Splint's linked profile on HLTV is level 5 on Faceit.
That's absurd.
That
No way.
doesn't sound correct.
If that's true, then that is very awkward.
Almost said go to the match page. Okay, we'll take a look at
Yeah,
that
yeah,
after the game is over.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll take a double look in behind as well. But
That doesn't
true,
sound
I'm gonna
right.
lose my shit. Holy shit, it's true. What the? No way.
Hey, I'm just saying Emilia Kark on Lin Vision is Faceit level 6. There's a chance this guy just plays an unbelievable amount of Perfect World and 5E? Question mark?
What?
maybe he's more of an
I'm too old to
esport.
even know what the hell you just said. What perfect
It's-
world? Like
it's
the
Chinese Counter-Strike, yeah,
The
yeah.
Chinese Counter-Strike?
Maybe-
No, he doesn't. What? No. Like if you want to.
I'm just trying to rationalize it here. I'm just trying to rationalize
No.
it.
There's no like. If you wanna like, there's a reason why every single team in the world goes to Europe to prac, because this is the only way to get better. The only way, like legitimately, every Asian team, every South American team, every North American team, every South African team. You know, if we had a Japanese team, they'd be here as well. Because if you want to play well Counter-Strike, you got to play against the best in the world, or at least the ones that are on the very top. So yeah.
That's round over. But can this be right? If you go to HLTV, then the Faceit tab, it shows 11k matches with John Garrick account he has. And that one has an ID called Official Spint. So that does make more sense. Liquipedia also has Steam linked, which links to John Garrick. Okay, so then it's case closed. Then it's then it's a very funny HLTV fuck up.
Why is it wrong on HLTV? That's what I want to find out. That's all I'll say.
Who is going to go through HVAC?
Spint never gets checked, and he will tear Khaleesi apart.
Bro.
Sansa take an early lead in the last game. That is quite something. Why does Sansa not show their faces? They're probably shy. That's probably it.
Well, technically they're showing their faces to the admins, technically.
Yeah. Well, that's enough. That should be enough.
That should be enough. I mean,
By the current
admins will
rulebook,
take
that is
care of it.
enough. In future rulebooks, that might not be the case.
Yep.
We shall see what CCT has to bring onwards. I feel like I have to give my own favorite casting duo. In League, it was always Kobe and Jat were my favorite casting duo in League. And then in CS, it has become Scrawny and Londers, because I think Scrawny brings an energy that is just unparalleled.
That's actually a great pick. I think Londers and Scrawny really complement each other so well as well that it's crazy. It's really... And one thing that's super weird for me is, I don't know about you, but Scrawny reminds me of Semler for some reason.
Absolutely.
And I like the somehow it just, you know, it makes me feel like that's the son of Semler right there. You know, in no capacity connected to him personally, but just in the spirit of...
In the style.
You know, what it used to be.
Yeah.
I just love it. He's really, like, they are really... I think in general, honestly, the Counter-Strike community has the best talent in the world.
Absolutely.
We have
wow, Flay.
quite a little bit of yeah, he's not gonna get it, unfortunately. Deagle in the smoke.
Oh. Well, that was a very costly round for Sansa regardless, but...
What's the highest like prestige event you've casted so far? You would say?
Well, when it comes to just the national broadcast I do, I did the major. So there's that the highest basically.
Wow.
Not-
Sorry, I just have to draw attention to the fact that we have a 5-man commitment to mid out of Sensa. They brought every single player to fight mid.
Yeah, I mean that's mad actually. And they
That
posted
is-
they got the C4.
Oh,
Oh what? They're giving him 1-1 in.
oh, but Spint finds Sobel from behind, and that should be all she wrote here. Shouldn't be our way into the round again for Huffa. Especially not with a weapon that tactical ill. Would be inside shot onto Inhuman though, because he was tagged, but awkward. So far, we've seen a lot of good timings again on Dust 2 out of both Biek and Spint, and Drow Ranger has been trying some stuff as well. Looking at a wall, it's an anti-flash, usually. It's to avoid being flashed on the angle. Great awareness out of Drow Ranger, but they collapse. And once again, we have a setup here where 4 people are close to the A site as the execute comes in. Sensa are all here on the A site, but they simply lose out on the mechanical aspect of it all. Not a single frag. Both Heffa, Sobol, and Cloaku has taken a headshot, but none of them fell. Oh. Alessi is running into a B-stack here.
What is this? Wait, what?
It's a 5-man B-stack.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about. They just walk into it completely disheveled. This is what I'm talking about. This I would mark as a tactical
Take them out.
hiccup by Colesia. Yeah, they win, which is, you know, a testament to how good they are. Like I said before, they are experienced players, and usually I'd expect them to play a pretty good game of CS, is what I mean.
So the round before, they also execute on A site, and 4 out of 5 Sensa players were on the A site. One of them fell in mid, and he was making his way to A site, and it was basically again like a 5v5 on A, and they went 4 for 0, and Spint was forced to save. What's up? Finds innocent. Oh, are we gonna have some good? Oh,
That's what. See, this is what I'm talking about. Do you remember when I said
oh, that's a
earlier
perfect
that
grenade.
That's a great grenade. It's a nice little contrast of what you know, the difference, I will say.
The worst
you
flash
have-
ever.
It doesn't mean anything, but it's just something that you notice if you watch this game long enough to know that makes a difference. That actually makes a difference, right? Because every piece of utility is there for a reason, and the higher the level of play, the more that piece of utility becomes important.
I think most people watching Counter-Strike like this, like at this level of play, would also agree that the higher the level, it's not the aim or the reaction time that changes, but it's the protocols, and it's the margin of error gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and that's really what separates the cream of the crop towards the rest of them, right?
Oh, the timing here, that's absurd.
Great, that'll be another round out of Sansa.
Kerrigan, he'll get a lot of flack for not having good numbers, but when it matters, he's gonna hit that headshot like any other best player in the world.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Stats like that is often the case of playstyle, not about ability, and Kerrigan often doesn't give a f if he dies, as long as he gets something for it, right? And if you're watching someone like Rain or Frozen, their death is more important to the team, so they will play not necessarily more scared, but more conservatively, and just take fights that are more beneficial rather than what Kerrigan will do. So, for sure, like, stats aren't everything.
No. I mean, stats are a part of the game. You can't deny them. But the higher the level of gameplay, the better the players, the more the small differences make the whole difference as a, make everything different as a whole.
Do you think Drow Ranger heard him walk close to him there?
I don't know, my sound is quite low, so
yeah, same.
It's hard to exactly hear. That's actually one thing that I've noticed personally is, especially when casting, when you're talking, you're already going to have sometimes, you're going to miss some smaller sound cues, so there can be cases where I'm going to call out, wait, how does he know? But then, you listen back and you hear the sound. How the hell did he actually know that?
That was
That's
an
crazy.
absurd round out of Drow Ranger.
That's crazy that he would turn towards apps just in that moment.
Yeah.
Able to take down
It's also, I don't know if you caught it, but he also almost hit the spray transfer onto the second guy in the smoke.
Yeah, I did notice the spray transfer, but dying afterwards, you know, kind of made that irrelevant. But you are correct. It's more the way he anticipated the push from apps. I don't know if it was sound made or not. I didn't necessarily immediately get it, but
I think
that was awkward.
I think one thing that gives weight to it is it's the fact that they double flashed through the smoke, and then nothing came of the push with the flashes. I think that kind of gives way and an idea to that they might be waiting for something else. Because if not, then why wouldn't you capitalize on the 2 pieces of utility you throw? But is it enough for him to have the good timing to look there? I don't know. I'm just trying to play a little bit of devil's advocate right here.
It's such a wild game that even right now with Counter-Strike 2 and everything that's wrong with the game in quite so many ways that it's hard to really describe all of them exactly. Things can happen, and things can happen very awkwardly. And what is that Molotov? He just destroyed his own volley. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is something you so rarely see.
If you have players at this level, this happens maybe once a game.
This is what I'm saying. Like, even once per game, that's like, it's almost borderline unacceptable.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
missing a smoke is better than wasting a Molotov or an incendiary. They don't check pooled, or rather, sorry, sandwich. That's a big mistake from Kolesia, but they lost it already. There were, what, 4 players here on A?
Yeah, they are very good at gamble stacking. I think one thing that I made a point of, both in the video and when I was watching you cast, I believe it was Eklot on Inferno versus Senza, is that they have this place where they will slip the net and they will walk through a smoke and get into CT to flank B on Inferno. And stuff like this, if it happens once in a pro game, it is unbelievable. If it happens twice, it is borderline fantasy. And when it happens 4 times in a game, something feels odd, especially when it comes from players that routinely miss smokes that they shouldn't, they miss flashes they shouldn't, they don't execute. So something doesn't add up for me.
Yeah, no, I 100% concur with your sentiment. What I'll add on this is it's just the unknown factor of it all that gets me the most. And Sobel, that was a sick.
That was an unbelievable transfer out of Sobel.
I think he might have just saved in this round and maybe this game, because anything below 7-5 is a problem.
Yeah,
this play just dies.
You're one pissed round away.
This game, I swear. No, but
or not.
Oh, he actually tags him back there for 54. But can't do it again, H. Great peek out of H4. And the bomb is going to make its way to B, but Splint heard it. Yes.
Short, I guess, because I don't have sound.
Yeah, for sure did. For sure did. Splint was running and Sobel was running and walking.
Jumping, right?
Yeah, running and jumping.
Then I saw correctly. Oh,
great reaction.
Nice.
Heifa's been playing this round really masterfully, actually.
Yeah.
And it's Spin 1v2.
This is a mad pull by Spint if he somehow manages this.
Not the easiest situation to be winning with an op.
99% of people don't check the inner corner because there's no reason to.
Did he scope that ahead of the peak?
It didn't seem like it, did it?
It did almost seem like it, that he scoped it ahead of the peak.
I don't know, it's just amazing. It's quite out of this world, really. And either this is a new team in the build that's
why you laughing, Speed?
Run till the end.
Speed, why you laughing? You smile,
and if
Speed.
that's the case, they'll have to prove themselves against much better teams than what we have right now. So,
yeah,
there's a lot of windows of opportunity.
Absolutely. I do think that 5 rounds for Khaleesi here won't be enough. I do think that this CT side for them against Sensa's T side is going to be an uphill battle. I don't know what your thoughts about that is right here. I do think Sensa's shown themselves very strong. And we're actually kind of seeing a setup here out of Senza with an A split through connector. Biak late lurk in mid. Yeah,
they avoid that long contact from pit, or from pit
ticket,
yeah.
But the bomb is stuck on stairs, though.
Yeah, that's the weird part. They left the bomb at stairs, but they seem to be comfortable enough in just taking this fight. They have the big flank, so easy.
Biak makes it work with a 3-man round, 3k from mid.
It
What's
works
really
out
scary
in the end.
is they immediately rotate B, and now Kolesi have nothing to work this. Like,
Yeah.
this is a clear cut, at least damage. Yeah, Innocent down to 61, so
What's up? Kind of
great.
goes for a bit of a surprise play there. It doesn't work out for him.
Not a kill, but 18 HP for HVAC.
Oh,
Spinned with
how are
some
you missing
awful
these
misses.
shots?
Biakon for the ace.
Yeah.
Biakon for the ace.
Able to do it, but now it's Innocent.
Oh, and he can't get it.
Headshot connects.
Don't
But-
sleep on Innocent, man.
Yeah, Biak with 4 though. 370 damage in the round, and it's just not enough. So far, who do you think is like your standout for Coliseum?
Ooh, I think Kloku. Definitely a bit unexpected, maybe even, because, you know, I expected maybe even Hayfact or Flay to take it over today, but Kloku's definitely been the standout in this series.
Flash peek into ARAM does not pan out, and Sansa just stormed them.
It's
Kloku,
so easy for them to clear.
yeah, Kloku needed one, but there is just no help when they get to flank him.
Yeah. The problem with the setup that Colesia were running here is you've isolated 2 of your players without giving them a way out. The player in pit is in a one-and-done spot, and Kloku's not even on site to support that corner. He was behind first box watching Palace, which is like, yes, if you have a player in ticket or maybe player under Palace or balcony or maybe triple, you can play that spot. But if your teammate is in pit going aggro, you need to either support that or hold from a wide angle where you can't get caught on sight. So right now, this is more of a Colesia fault, really.
I would agree. It also didn't seem like the flash either was deep enough or it came too early to catch someone off guard from Sansa. But I'm not sure. It could also have been an anti-flash. I don't think the cameraman was quite ready for it either.
Yeah. Please don't. I know a lot of people hate the observer for some reason. Guys, you gotta understand, the observers are doing 2 jobs at the same time, both with usually replays and, you know, just managing the whole production and having to observe. It's hard enough as it is.
For those of you who've been watching me for a while, Chad, if you guys remember when I was following Drillas last fall, when we were doing the CCTV where I had to observe, you guys did want to kill me during that series. So let's be nice to the camera people, Chad. Obviously the people hired by the major, etc., will be leagues above. They are doing this probably even more full time. We have had some camera people, some observers when we've done events as well, and they've been great. But it is a difficult job. I've tried doing it while casting, and it is hard. Another one dig.
Shot though.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
They have 2. That shot is fast too, you know.
Yeah. By the way, when I started, I'd had to stream, I had to observe, I'd had to connect to the server, I'd had to cast, and then, you know, everything. I'd usually had to do the PSD files for Photoshop as well to prepare the like the ending screen and stuff in between the cast. Like, that was the amount of work I would have to do for like $15 per, maybe $10 per map. It was absurd back in the day, trust me. But again, imagine, you know, a young dude earning more money per hour from just casting Counter-Strike than actually working an hour in like a McDonald's or something.
Of course, that's gonna be attractive. That's going to be very attractive. I did kind of expect to see more, though, of the Sansa classic of maybe Drow Ranger walking out of Palace on seemingly good timings or stuff like this, and the individual brilliance we've come to know them for, right? So
I love how you put that word ahead of it just for the ironic feeling of it. But no, you are right, and the setting has to be right for it, right? The opportunity has to be there. I don't think we've had many of those moments, and
I got called out, chat.
like I said, Senza, like today, again, everybody's playing decent in terms of numbers overall. Dust2 especially, we saw how well they popped off.
Couple of flashes come through, but Innocent swings out.
Absolutely.
So this is, you know, not to draw any sort of connections, but for example, how, I don't know if you've seen today's IM Cologne's opening matches in the morning.
No,
I was working
sadly.
that for the Slovenian TV stuff, and Navi versus Mouse. Ima had 30 frags in what, 24 rounds, I think it was, or 23 rounds. He had 30 bomb. a 30 bomb.
Yeah.
Alexi, Bit, Wonderful, and Makaze. None of them had kills above 10.
Oh,
So
wow.
you know, yeah, it can happen, and sometimes even kills won't help you. What I'm saying is, don't judge the book by its cover until you've read it fully. And here,
This is very much a story in progress, I believe.
yeah.
I think that like with teams of a higher caliber here, you would see more Mac-10s, you would see some Galils, you would see much more grenades, but that is generally a thing Team Sense has been unconcerned with, as they kind of do keep going for these contact plays, these individual pushes. And
Think about it this way, to everybody that's doubtful of what just been said, right? But you know, in top tier, in any top tier match, T sides, when they have to force and have a buy like this available to them, they'd rather go for Mech 10s and Galils and go for full utility than just AK Kevlar. And yeah, that speaks again to the difference of the level between the two teams, and in general of the level of Senza compared to the others in the tournament. Yeah, either higher or lower. I would usually say lower, but you know, right now clearly higher to a degree, given how well they've been doing.
sometimes things that are perceived as lower skilled is just something waiting to change the meta and happen.
Yeah.
I also will say I wouldn't be a good streamer if I didn't say what one of my chatters here said. He said the lion doesn't concern himself with utility.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's also like legitimate. Look, you've played what, 4,400? You played up to 4,400 elo. How many matches?
I just realized we have Wassup on a huge B flank here.
Wassup walked behind them. This
Snuck
is the
in.
flank that works, but that's why Sobel is a great anchor, and the longer he lives, the better it's going to work. But how many matches is that? Like, how many matches? Around 3,000, 3.5?
Oh, for me, I
4,000?
think I actually hit it in less than 2,000.
Okay, that's impressive, actually. Not gonna lie.
Did try to play every game though with a lot of self-criticism and full focus. I didn't do a lot of fucking around on face. For me, it was from 2021 till the end of CS:GO. So when CS2 came out, I just switched to Premiere and no delay, full time, more or less.
Yeah. No. For me, it was up until like 2022, 21 that I played Faceit full time. Like, I'd be committing to playing like 12 matches a day if I had the time. But it was just too much, and the community. The problem was with the players. They wouldn't be serious. And
can I point out one thing? I'm sorry again for cutting you off. I just want to do it while it's happening. Drow Ranger here hears the flash and goes to swing, and he ends up getting the kill. But it annoys me that he does it from all the way back in the ramp, where there is an inherent shadow advantage for the CT holding him.
Oh, what?
Instead of close to the wall.
That was insane. That was insane by Drow Ranger right now. How he prepared for that.
Oh, and Wassup is just going to walk into that, completely unaware of the opening towards short.
Sobol, you gotta stay alive. Oh, he doesn't catch the plant.
But these two deaths out of Sansa are so... I'm gonna chuck it up to Fatigue chat. They've been playing a long series. Sometimes you do miss things towards the end of it. They do still get the round though in the end.
What I was saying earlier, with Faceit, it's just for me. I had to drop out because it wasn't sustainable. I'd rather enjoy life than hate myself playing Counter-Strike. So
absolutely.
Now I'm rehabilitated. I love it. Don't want to try hard as much, but I'd be willing to throw down always.
For me, it was more. I got to the point where there was nothing on Faceit for me to pursue. Bint with a good kill there.
When you get to 4,400 elo, what are you gonna do, bro?
Yeah, no,
I'm just playing basically at the top, or
I did play a lot of pros at that point, right? And for me, I never had any interest of FPLC or FPL. Like, I was invited to the qualifier just on the merit of me playing and winning. But I never played a qualifier because even if I did well in the qualifier, it just wouldn't be interesting for me to play.
Now, forgive my ignorance. Like I said, I've tried to like stay away from just social media in general.
Yeah, no, you can just ask. I'm not easy to
Were
offend.
you the one that officially denied the Faceit request? I remember somebody being like, "Oh, FPL like."
Oh
invite and
no,
stuff
no,
like
no!
that.
In no capacity. I was never. I was never like that. I was invited to qualifiers because I would end like a premier or a premium like season top 100. It would happen a couple times, and I would just deny it, right? Because first of all, I started late. If I was somehow to win it, then I wouldn't even be playing FPLC because it's a late. It was played late. I streamed early, and I played to stream. I don't stream to play, so it never made sense for me at all.
I have to blow on my own whistle a little bit. I've made it to the Faceit FPLC qualifiers as well myself with ranking top 100 when I was still playing at the time. And well, this clutch is going to be wild.
Oh wow! Play with a no scope.
Let's go, bruh.
So close. I think that Molotov he throws ends up fucking him. Which again, like, it's another moment of the utility usage just kind of isn't on par with everything going on.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just the pieces don't go together the way they would in every other normal circumstance. Yeah. This is
where it really gets real, and Inhuman runs into a Deagle. Flay's Deagle has been ringing through this series.
I mean, they keep giving him opportunities.
They absolutely
There's no other
do.
way to put it.
Yeah.
And I'm a bit surprised that actually Kolezia run into them here. Even with the check-in palace, it feels like you just try to see if you can shut it down completely. Because I am 100% certain if they don't push palace and lose both there, Senza keep on pressing A.
Yeah, I think so too. Because it is the palace push that gives the A stack away, for sure.
Yeah. Because you will never waste the palace push unless you're prepared for whatever comes after. So it's like a clear-cut sign.
I do really dislike the way Drow Ranger clears the site. There are these minor mechanical things that, for me, rub me the wrong way.
Yeah. It's the way you check and the way you move, right? Your protocol of clearing a site in general.
Yeah.
That's what gets me. And again,
Flay.
each their own.
Yeah.
That he finds with that Deagle of his.
Hey, if it works, it works. That's what they say, right? Flay, wow! Keota.
Where was the, see? This is what I'm talking about. If they had gone A and not, if Kolezia wouldn't have thrown away 2 players for free, this is probably what we would have seen from the get-go. But yeah. It's a shame it happens on a...
Spint dies to the bomb. And gives away the op while hiding from a Deagle. If you're gonna die to the bomb, you will at least want to run back to site so it can't get picked up. But they don't have the money to die with an op.
It's also, why are you splitting in a 2v2 scenario on an after plan? Why don't you exit together? Like, what are you thinking? It's more also that. It's like, come on, guys, where's the comms? How did you get here without those comms? It's all the little pieces together that really irk me the wrong way sometimes. But
I'm with you. Glocker finds the first one to Spint here. Finn probably wishes he had
one by one. Look, one by one. They're engaging one by one. This is what really is something I dislike massively.
Yeah. Better teams have better protocol here, and they will lose one, but they will trade. And for every trade the T side will get, it's beneficial. The more you can stretch the CTs down to 1 man per site, and then maybe one guy running hectically in between, like the bigger the advantage for the Ts.
I mean, it's clear to everybody.
Oh my, and Wassup has slipped the net.
Dude, how? There's 3 guys on it. How do you walk connector? Come on. That's just Kolezia's mistake.
Yeah, Wassup has again slipped the net. And he's
like the timing here. I won't say it's everything on Kolezia, but you can't not watch connector, bro.
This is so awkward. Because now they have to respect... Look at how they're holding B. They're sitting behind Van and they're hiding on short. Which is out of fear that he has gone kitchen and is pushing behind them. But Wassup
is a good position for Hafa.
Yeah. Hafa's in a great position.
Under it.
Yeah.
He needs to stay under, though. He cannot peek jungle whilst this is happening, or he's gonna straight up just die.
This round is all on Flay. This round is all on Flay. It depends if he peeks this. I don't think he will.
Do they...
Hafa's falling here.
What? He was seen? No way.
Hafa's falling here. And since they have jungle, they know that the other guy is in CT. So they should not die to him here.
Once again,
We're on the triple
a walk-in of what's up is what changes the entire direction of the game. Oh, the timing, but Flay is it's better.
That's his second kill of the round. It's
Do they
down to
check the
Wazam and
close
Bayek.
corner, though?
Oh, they
Cover
have
here?
to.
Sobel.
What's up,
Yeah,
false?
yeah, Sobel doesn't make a mistake. That's what you'd expect out of a player his caliber. Anybody with experience will always check corners, and this is just, you know, and this is a prime example of a difference between the team is the afterplant as well, how you play it. You had a 3v3 and you gave them all individual
1v1s, yeah.
duels for free, where you had zero plans for after it, you know, for what you're going to do after that duel, if you lose it or not.
Absolutely. A better team would also set each other up here, right? Like set up a trade or set up a flash play or something, but they're kind of just waiting for the CTs to walk in, and they just don't have the positional strength to use that to their advantage and win. Back against the wall now for Sensa. They need to win this round.
Ooh, Cloku, great
2 in a
move,
row.
getting himself
Overtime still
way
possible.
short.
And this mid challenge, it's been
Doesn't get the
coming
drop on
through
Yeah.
whole game long. I'm surprised there's no counter to this. Colesia throwing some nades way too late. And
Oh.
Colesia should fall back. They've lost mid fully. There's no reason to stay here.
They are absolutely doing that. Oh, Innocent with quite a
Innocent,
challenge.
Careful. Don't want to go
I
down.
think they realize they just want to take fights,
player.
right?
Yeah.
It feels like Colesia is
Share
also
a
a bit
couple
more
of
confident
lines.
right now and feeling like,
Play
okay,
for
we might as well
Senza.
take a fight. They're not too good individually to a degree. So if you fight against them, you don't give them the opportunity of a peeker's advantage. Welcome to Counter-Strike 2.
Absolutely.
It's actually-
Oh, Draw Ranger has walked through the
Oh,
smoke,
saw him,
but
he
Hoffa
saw
saw him. Hoffa, privy to it, down to 4v4.
Oh.
Bint with the trade, and A-site is open.
Again.
Is this gonna
Yeah.
activate them? Because Bomb is down top mid. And they are
They're gonna
running
go
T-spawn.
A. But why?
But they
don't
have not
info
cleared
for
this.
A.
No, they do not know
Yeah,
it.
they haven't.
They need to be wary of Palace, they need to be wary of Ramp, they need to be wary of Sandwich,
There's one player making
of
noise.
Ninja. They need to be afraid of everything here. But they are running it in.
Targeting human.
What? Oh,
Watching
no
the
way.
radar.
No shot. No shot.
What?
You're running all the way through underpass? No shot. I mean, he heard him jump. He must have, I guess, but the stop
Easy
was
kill for
insane.
Soul.
That was unbelievable out of Inhuman. Inhuman, some would say.
Be with that Tech 9.
Yeah, an
Switches on
inhuman had a reaction. I'm sorry. I know it's corny as but it's so good. Sorry
You're,
for swearing.
you're
I don't know
gonna
what the-
no worries. This is a swearing stream. We are.
Thank God.
Bayek.
I have a bit of an older audience. Don't worry about it.
I mean, I'd hope so.
Biek
Gets the kill.
loses this duel.
Now into the 3v2.
Yeah,
Unforgivable.
they are cooked.
They should
Oh,
be fine.
no.
This could be their
Yeah, it's
me
over.
know.
And another
Oh!
The bomb was- Tries to get the kill, but he
Another-
tries to,
No,
After
the
plant
bomb
where they
goes.
Time.
Oh, what?
It's 11.
Oh, they didn't defuse in time? No way. No
It's
shot.
12-11. They defused too late. I thought the game was
Holy
over.
shit.
Round 24 is
Oh my god, what a cinematic experience this is, sadly, in a way. This right here is a perfect example of something I was talking about before, when I was criticizing Drow Ranger for peeking far back where his shadow gave the advantage. Biak here sees the CT late because he doesn't get the shadow advantage. So the CT peeks close to the corner, which is technically wrong in Counter-Strike theory. But he does it to not give the shadow, right?
On the other side is a couple of
Yeah.
MP9.
And that's what I didn't like out of Drow Ranger before. That he was kind of peeking slowly with the shadow out, and the CT, if holding it 100%, just kills him.
They're very focused
And
on
you
the safe
perfectly
lane.
put another example of a difference between levels, difference between
Yeah.
players, difference between experience and just
There's no one
raw
close to help them
skill
out.
of playing
As
the
soon
game,
as
or
these
not
push
skill, but
starts,
rather
it's
raw
just go.
knowledge that you
Knowledge
occurred
intel.
playing the
They
game.
have
Mm.
all these, a flash and a
A
smoke.
good example is Ancient. Ancient
That's
has a shit
it.
ton of shadows that you can always play with.
I
And-
think we're going to overtime here for by the way. Oh, I don't know what Wassup is doing here, but
What's up? He sleeps there.
he completely falls asleep.
Can they stop
But
the-
both of the
that
defenders will
Molly's
fall
gonna-
here,
yeah.
and
Goku eliminated
Where's the
Flame.
you know
Yeah.
where's the smoke
Looking in
underpass?
towards the A side, but the smoke
and
is in
that's
place.
gonna be an overtime,
There's already close
unless
to
they
the-
have another generational afterplant choke. But I think this time, with the open plant for the connector, it is just simply too much for Colisea to beat.
Got a player on stairs.
And what a fumble for them to lose last round. I'm sure they are very upset at it.
Cannot win that duel.
This is horrible because it also puts them in the crossfire of maybe losing this series. Like this is the
Yeah.
last match of the group stage, so winner takes all.
There towards ramp.
And it's all to Flay. He's been the hero of Colisea, but this is just too much to ask from him. And we go to another overtime in a Senza game. Yes, this is the
it's
caster
fine.
from the previous games, the man that cast the Dynamo Eklot versus Senza and Sinners versus Senza.
Appreciate it, guys. You've been lovely, by the way, chat. Very lovely. It's been fun here.
I have, personally, I believe I have the best Twitch community in Counter-Strike. I think my Twitch chat is the best one. I do love these guys. Even though they're
Besides my
stupid.
own community, what is left of it, I think I would agree. They certainly seem very positive and quite open to wisdom, or at least to new ideas. Maybe, I don't know, strength and wisdom. So that's, I guess, my core strength in general.
What a read out of Bjerk, yeah? Oh.
Player up close.
Jumps down to take that fight.
I don't know what the hell that was, but
That was strange. I would have loved to see that round without X-ray.
yeah,
For no particular reason at all.
just the reaction. Yeah.
Yeah, just to see what he saw. You know what I mean? That'd be interesting.
A lot of times we can get a bit fooled by the X-ray, so
Very much so. Drow Ranger finds Sofa. Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely, you know, the expectancy of things happening. What's up?
What's up with the
Oh,
walk
his
up?
timing here.
And
Oh, what?
Innocent
Why does
is
he walk?
ready.
Why does he walk? Why would you walk into a corner, man? What? Oh.
On default. Innocent waiting for his teammate, trying to play together.
Is there a nade? No, there's no volley. Oh, they see his
Oh.
head. He's done for. He's
Yeah.
toast.
There is no way Inhuman wins that.
Yeah.
No reaction. Like I often tell my chat that if you are in the 1v2, putting the bomb down is kind of giving yourself some help because you are giving yourself another teammate in the bomb. But in a situation like this,
That's true. That's true, actually. If you're able to get the bomb down without being shot at 5 seconds later, that's good. But if you know there's going to be shots off soon after you bomb plant, it's depending on the scenario, of course, time and everything. But a lot of times it's better to maybe let go of it and just duel first and then plant.
yeah. If you can, I mean, it's a 1v2. You don't win it without taking some risks. Oh wow, they get team flash, but they
What?
run in anyway.
Wow, okay, that's ballsy. They go hard into con, and I guess they're all coupled up there.
Huh?
Like, what is this A split? They've
We
got
have-
no utility. They've
And
got no
Spint
util
just
going out.
walks through it.
What?
And catches Flay on the timing. That is unbelievable to me. That you would even think that the
How-
jungle
like,
player
the
lets go of
fact-
the angle.
The fact that the T side has the balls to push through that smoke, that's absurd.
And Spint
That is
flanks
absurd.
CT.
Also, the fact that he flanks CT.
How do you play against this if you're Khaleesi? There are so many things to hold that you normally wouldn't ever even consider. Khaleesi obviously have the money to buy next as well. Both teams can fully buy up here, but is Sobel going to save an AK? Does he want to keep the instant headshot weapon? Has to defeat the window jump first, and Spint is too fast. What a round out of Spint. The face it level 5 from Portugal.
Bro, that's insane. When you played your style of game,
Yeah.
you rushing and doing, you know, foolish stuff, or rather, you know, stuff that you like. How many times did you get caught? And when you did get caught, like, you know why you got caught, right? You
Yeah.
know what you did wrong. But how many times was that? Was that like once per game, once per round, like once per half? Like, just try to give an estimate. Like, how many times did you fail before you got it right?
Many. Many. So my playstyle came from forcing plays, forcing fights in ways I thought was fun. And then I would be countered, and as I got countered, I would learn to counter the counters, and I would learn to what was the most common responses to my aggression. And through thousands of games, right, like, I learned to be a step ahead, right?
Adapt, yeah.
Yeah. So in the end, when I was at my peak, I rarely got caught at all. But
Yeah, but that's because you mastered one aspect of the
Yeah.
actual game to perfection, and you know that's what you did best. If you'd be put in any, I now don't get me wrong, but I'd assume that if you'd be put in any sort of team that has a lot of structure to them, any sort of top team, you'd probably be either shredded by your own team or by your opponents.
yeah.
So it's such a rarity to see something like that work here, where we have the Stewie 2K moment, and there's a reason Stewie is the only person in the whole community that was called the smoke criminal to a degree. There are a few exceptions still, but it's like he's the only guy that ever tried it on a pro level consistently, and we saw how far that got him.
Yeah. No, for sure. And it is an anomaly, right? Because like it's so high risk and usually it's so low reward. Part of why it works for Stu, it's part of why it works for me. It's because people don't know how to play against a thing they haven't seen before. But as I grew popular as well, like I meet people that have seen my videos and they know how to counter me.
Yeah.
And it becomes quite it becomes quite something. But what we've been seeing here and why this series and these games have piqued my interest so much is because I'm seeing something I genuinely have never seen in pro play before. And either I'm about to witness the start of something, or or the end of a team, right? So it's one of the two. So it is interesting for whatever reason.
I mean, this is the end of the game here. Colesia, they either get this back and start possibly picking up the speed.
And look at the radar. Look at the radar. Senza has once again closed the net completely. They have 4 A defenders and 1 in mid.
Oh my god, how can they have 4 players towards A? They have no info where's the bomb exactly is. And yes, Sobel's showing himself. They've seen glimpses of it, but they have yet to lose the sight. And the player on short just ignores B all this time.
Yeah,
that's mad.
There is no interest in B at all.
They don't have anchor B at all, actually. That's what I'm really
And Spint just sits and holds con from short the entire round. And Biak will... Oh, it's down to a 2... Oh, what's up? Spint.
He knows.
And the time is up. The time is up.
Yeah.
15 for Senza. Map and series point. Player towards top mid.
Absolutely.
Spint walking out mid here.
Oh my.
They do pass each other in the night here, though.
This is absurd. This is absurd. This is absurd.
Spint, wake up!
God, no! He heard him.
But Innocent gets the kill.
He runs into him.
That is unbelievable.
Oh my god. This is madness.
Chat, he should have popped up on the radar for one of the CTs. Because by
They
69...
tried the retake, yes.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
I give them a 0% chance of winning. Do
There's-
they even try it? Does Drow Rangers just save the op?
Draw Rangers should save the AK here. Bring that
No, he
insta-kill
doesn't
weapon
save
into the
the
next
op.
round. They can just buy an op up. This
Oh, God,
round...
please don't tell me they rush A.
Sansa do have 3 towards B this round, though.
Yeah.
Quick boost into B apps, and Zenza are moving down B apps. They are pushing in. Seeing nothing in B apps here might be the catalyst that makes them rotate towards A, but if they do in this scenario, it is the wrong call.
Innocent. Oh. Can be spotted by Bayek if he swings. Can he? No, he actually cannot.
I cannot see him from here. Are we gonna get a duel of these two? Because that is gonna blow the round wide open. We have an AWP train on connector here, I believe. AWP looks away. Flay finds Spint on short. That is a massive scope to claim.
Going down.
That might be just enough to push us into another OT, but Bayek has an excellent corner. The line they're holding is absurd.
But the flash gets him, and it's a 2v4. But there are 3 1 HP players on Kolesi. Flay, what a kill! Wow, Flay! An Inhuman is on a flank, but it does not matter.
And as
Surely this
Anders
is-
would say, he needs an inhuman reaction this time, right? I keep farming them. I know. Oh,
You're gonna get some good ones from chat. That is just how it's supposed to be. And boys, we go to OT2.
oh man, like this is just crazy, bro. Wow, he still hunts them and gets Flay. Actually, look at that.
Finds Flay.
You know by yourself that every time you're in a 2v2, 3v2 scenario, the goal for any team or any scenario in that case was to group up and then work from on there together.
Leslie are flying up short. They're stopped, and there are 3 B defenders now. Or
I really
the
hate
side
this
of
from
Sansa.
Colesia. They're really trying to get into B through short. This is such a tough spot, and they've already committed what? They committed
Inhuman.
Sobol.
Inhuman kills the wall behind Sobol. And Alpha trades
Bro
so
just ran
nicely.
out. Did you see that?
That
Bro
is
just ran out.
crazy.
Oh, come on.
themselves in the lead 20 seconds
Not
left.
like
There's
that.
a big rush from
That's just
Klocko.
absurd.
Flay falls and is down to a
Bayek finds
2v2.
kill onto Flay.
Drow
It's just looking into the wall. What am I watching?
Seconds left. Oh, it's landing on the default.
And Bayek will just kill the bomb and time runs out.
Winning just by sticking
What?
fairly close to the A site.
What is going on?
Senza in the lead.
Why is Drow Ranger on B site humping the wall?
Bro, what the is happening? What?
Yeah.
First of all, like he tries to ring around the Rosie by looking at the wall. That's the first one for me.
I've never seen that
Not gonna
before
lie.
in any
That's the
play.
first one in over 10,000, play. Not well, about 7,000 played games just on the main account.
Oh,
and
spin
around
finds.
probably 20,000
Oh.
casted hours. That's the first time I've seen somebody really just
yeah.
watch the wall when they play around it. Damn, bro.
He was probably extremely scared about flashbang, so he's playing anti-flash.
I don't know if I want to dignify that with an answer.
Like Jose Mourinho said one time, if I speak.
Oh,
Drow Ranger looking into the wall there a little bit. Probably
if I
anti-flashing
speak, I
again.
get in trouble. Yes.
And we have 4 A defenders.
Bro, this is mad. And look, they pushed B house, so they
Yeah.
got the top mid info, I guess, or did they push top mid? I don't even know anymore. But it's just
Ah, collateral out of Flay. That breathes life back into the round, but he will never check Shadow. There is no way he checks Shadow.
yeah.
Because
And there's
every
another
Sansa
point.
player is there. Yeah, go on.
The one more point I wanted to bring up earlier was also in the 2v2. Bayek stayed A. Was it in Rob's position or was it just in Ticket? I
Yeah.
don't know, but like that's also something you almost never do in any high-level performance teams. You always group up on one side with both CTs and then play retake on the other. You never split. That's like a core chant, really, of everybody. I don't know. Awkward.
What a
that was
kill out of
insane
Flay.
Did you see the pre-fire from Bayek?
Yeah.
Very quick thinking.
But I do think Bayek was actually smoke spamming there.
No, yeah. Like good
Yeah.
recognition from him.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah. I agree. I think what's more surprising to me is the round before, where Drow Ranger is fighting the guy with the ring around the Rosie on B side, that Bayek has the wherewithal to run to A.
That's exactly what I meant, right? That
Yeah.
he goes A when his teammate is fighting B. That's what gets me the most. It's like,
Yeah.
isn't the whole point of trying to be a team to help each other win instead of, hey, you're B, you're dying. Good luck, brother. I'm on A. A. It's like what?
Sansa
Like
have
that make
stacked B fully. They have 1 A anchor that was holding a smoke.
what? Inhumans out in the open? A single what? Oh.
I honestly believe since 12-10 or even before, they have had the right stack every time. I don't think they've been caught off guard with an
There's
underman
never
site
been a
once.
single player on site, yeah.
No, I
And
don't think
what
so.
is the player on site hiding so fervently from? It's like, come on, you get to pit or elsewhere. Oh, Drow Ranger, you're nasty, man. Behind me, this
Play
default.
finds him.
Oh,
But what's up? Oh, it's another plant safe, but the bomb does go down.
And- he's got a smoke.
These flashes are awful. He's throwing max height flashes.
It's useless flashes. He should bounce them off the wall on the right instead of throwing them in the...
Yeah. It's more obvious, but a player like Flay hears those come anyway, and they're just better.
Yeah, exactly. And the
Awful.
thing is, if you bounce them off the wall, you make him unsure where exactly it's going to bounce to, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of give him that benefit of doubt. Oh, maybe left, maybe right. I don't know.
This
And then you
is
just run in with your back turned to the wall and you get the free kill. Easy win.
unbelievable stuff.
I don't know why I shouldn't say anything.
No worries. I'm just looked into the game. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. Whatever comedy quality you deliver is probably higher than mine anyway. So my chat is used to some awful stuff. Drow Ranger opens the ball onto Huffa. Flay is half. Glocko is 1. What a position for Flay. Look how scared he is playing this angle.
Oh, but look at his teammates.
And Sansa are gonna walk out B.
They just
Bro.
abandoned the ship.
That's
They thought with that kill that Drow Ranger
And the
found,
streak of
they will
correct
go for
reads
a shot.
continue. Innocent finds Drow Ranger top mid, so there is some life in this round in a 4v3.
I mean, they know they're dealing with a B push, that's for sure. But it's
Yeah.
more about, I think they themselves are surprised they've just been walked that easily.
Yeah. I think they definitely
it's gonna be
are
so
feeling
hard.
like they cannot leave a site unattended.
I mean, I don't know why they would, though. That feels
Yeah.
like their mistake again. Because
Actually-
the prevalent strategy has been just walk into contact now.
Yeah, and now it's all onto Flay. And they run at him. This is not winnable.
No. He needs to dip and play for third overtime. Oof.
Oy.
Such a tough match. It's insane. I didn't think that Senza would pull it again, but this is the third time they go into a third match, and you know, second time they play overtime, double overtime. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
they really are late game gamers.
They really do come back. Like, again, this is a match that could very well have ended in favor of Colossi. It was just a late defuse in the 23rd round that cost them.
I know there's a lot of, well, not a lot, but there's a few questions from chat about
No,
voice
that-
chat.
I'm sorry, but that pre-aim out of Bayek is crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
What is that pre-aim out of Bayek?
Absurd. The
The
gloves are off or something?
It almost feels like it.
Bro.
Drow Ranger falls. That's a sigh of relief for the Colossi side. Great
gosh,
kill onto
that's-
what's up.
Well, he does.
Yeah, that might actually make the whole comeback a reality now.
B-side needs to be careful.
But not only the Colossi need to win this round, they need to stay alive with many. And Flay will miss his first shot, and that might be... Oh, he gets the bomb though. I don't know what the... Oh, Flay with the no-scope! Not ready for bike though.
Yeah, but look, through short... Oh, he failed the jump on short, right?
Yeah, he has to run around.
Yeah.
Look, is
KC,
1
man,
HP.
that's why it's so important.
Bayek will...
No way.
And the
No way
jump-
he hits.
The jump onto
No way.
short is actually the difference between him catching him going to join Kitchen or not.
Exactly. It's that jump that makes the difference of him actually catching him before anything. And it would have been a one round instead.
Oh, but Hoffa clutches it out!
But HVAC gets the kill nonetheless.
Bayek also decides to run to clear that bomb. I feel like Bayek kind of had a feeling that there was a stick in there. Bayek definitely believed that he was sticking the bomb.
Honestly, I don't blame him. Pros don't fake and all.
Yeah.
And it certainly would have been a play to be made.
I mean, honestly, great call out of Bayek. He read that correctly. 100% correctly. What a round. Again, monstrous performance out of Flay. He really has been. Flay has been for Colossi what Shock was for Dynamo Eklot, like,
Yeah.
or for
Oscar for Sinners.
Yeah, it's been quite something. That is a great nade out of Bayek. No, actually not. It does its work, but it looked
Have you
better than
noticed
it was.
in Counter-Strike 2, nades are super one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
HEs exactly. Like they either do mass damage or they do like nothing less than a freaking USB. What? Wait, both through smoke?
Two smoke
Wait,
kills.
how?
Flay can only find one, but he definitely had more chances. Bayek is ready for Sobel, and Hoffa is ready on his end as well, but it's a 1v2. And they will
So difficult.
They will run to be... Is he gonna be ready for Bayek here ever?
No, I don't think,
think
so.
so.
I mean, maybe he checks it, but if he goes, he doesn't go through murder hole, right? No way.
Do you ever expect this position? I think you do, just because they used it so much, or at least the push into.
Yeah, Pop is right here. If you go through murder hole, you have to think he's here. No.
Not looking jungle!
What? Okay, that's bullshit. That is absolute bullshit right there. That right there needs to be checked.
You don't
Not
look
even
jungle!
around right now. Like, I get that he might have heard him connector, but if that's your only cue, that's absurd.
This is a wild watch.